Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about the Reeve Large Sebenza 21. Now this knife is hailed by many as being possibly the best folding knife ever made. And it is certainly a very high quality, high-end folder. It's made in somewhat small batches at the Reeve factory. It originally came to being in 1987 and has experienced a few changes since then, most of them pretty minor. It's kept its general overall feel. The 21 refers to the model that was introduced on its 21st birthday in 2008. Sebenza means work, and I think Reeve really intended this knife to be a working knife. A lot of people refer to it as a tactical folder. I don't really know how I feel about that, but it certainly could be pressed into that use. I would probably think of it more as a gentleman's folder. So first of all, we'll go over what the box contains. Standard Reeve box. Pretty much all of his knives come in the same box with the blue logo and his Blade Show awards. This one kind of talks about what's in the box. My particular version is the silver thumb stud, thumb lug, and spacer. Normally they're anodized blue and crucible CPM. Inside every genuine Reeve knife box, there's a tool for the disassembly of the knife. There's what everybody calls the birth certificate, which is just the card that states, when it was made and which model it is. I purchased this one through, or actually my wife purchased this for me, through True North Knives, whom I highly recommend. If you're ever looking for a high-end knife, go to True North Knives, talk to Neil. He's a great person. So yeah, True North Knives always throw in a couple of band-aids, which is kind of interesting. The caution that the knife is sharp, and talks a little bit about the integral lock, the locking mechanism. As well, there's a sticker and a warranty registration card. As well, there's this blue microfiber cloth that you've probably seen many times now. Very nice touch. The knife actually comes wrapped in that cloth, and it's very nice. So onto the knife. This is how it comes. Obviously, this one's been used quite a bit. I've been EDCing it quite a lot. It's pretty much become my main EDC knife. Blasted titanium scales. You can see that it's a frame lock. The attention to detail is really second to none on this knife. Its fit and finish is impeccable, from the beveling and chamfering around the edges, to just the overall fit and feel. You can see how close the tolerances are. That's kind of one of the trademarks of Reeve knives, is the incredibly tight tolerances. It opens very smoothly. It has a very quality feel about it. The only thing that I can think of to compare it to is if you've ever handled really specialized high-end medical equipment, like surgical tools. That's what it feels like. It's very, very, you can just feel the quality in it. It's very solid and very smooth, and everything has very tight tolerances, and it works incredibly well. So you can see it looks like it's got a bit of a late lockup. That's kind of another Chris Reeve trademark. Well, not trademark, but a feature that Chris Reeve is found on most of Chris Reeve's knives. I like that. This particular lock face is hardened, so you shouldn't really worry about too much over travel. But you know, if it does, there's a warranty for that. Overall, it's just a really fantastic knife. I can really see why people really see this as the ultimate grail knife, so to speak, when it comes to, you know, semi-production folders. There's really not a lot of bad things I can say about it. The blade, let's actually do a few specifics first. Specifications. Blade material is S35VN, very high-end steel. It was partially developed with the help of Chris Reeve himself. It is a 58 to 59 Rockwell rating. Some people think that's a little bit soft, but I think that it's fine. The blade length is 3.625 inches, so just over 3.5 inches, or 92 millimeters. The blade thickness is 0.125 inch, or 3.175 millimeters. So it's a decent thickness. The overall length is 8.335 inches. And the handle material is 6AL4V titanium. The weight comes in at 4.7 ounces, so it has a little bit of weight to it, but it's actually really not that bad. The knife itself is very slender in profile. That combined with probably the best pocket clip in the business. Perfect amount of tension, not too tight, not too loose. Very nice. You can also see the attention to detail with the pocket clip, where it only uses one screw, and that's achieved by actually insetting the pocket clip into the handle material, and that's done by just milling it out, which you know, it's a really classy, nice touch. The scales are held together via, obviously, your pivot pin, and then two spacers and bolts. This right here is simply for the lanyard, and it's only held in by the actual lanyard itself. If that comes out, this pin just slides right out. So the only way to take off or put on your lanyard is by disassembling the knife itself. It does have one thumb stud. You can get dual thumb stud models and whatnot. I've never really seen the need for another one. Some people prefer the symmetry of a dual thumb stud, but to me it really doesn't matter all that much. You can see the locking mechanism. Like I said, it's a frame lock. He kind of invented that, and arguably, I guess, and there she is. Overall, the fit and finish is absolutely superb. The blade itself is rounded on the spine, which is a very nice touch. The jimping along the top is pretty much perfection. It's not too sharp and not too dull. Beautiful, elegant blade shape. It's a drop point, modified drop point. The blade is a hollow grind. Personally, I'm not a big fan of hollow grinds. This is one of my few hollow ground knives. But for the intended purpose, I think that it's fine, and that's really an EDC knife. Personally, I'd prefer a flat or a convex blade. few things that I'm not so keen on. First of all, I am told that you will actually void the warranty if you flick the knife open, as in pop it open like that. You were to open it like that, as per Chris Reeve. Apparently, he considers flicking the knife open abuse. Honestly, you know, really, I don't know how I feel about that. That's when you spend the kind of money on a knife that you do on a Sebenza, you should be able to open it the way you open every other pocket knife. Apart from that, like I said, the hollow ground blade, I'm not a big fan of hollow ground blades. But apart from that, I like pretty much everything else about the knife. It feels awesome in hand, in the standard grip, in the hammer grip, in the reverse grip. It's kind of one of the perks of having a kind of a plain style, almost coffin style grip, is that it's going to be comfortable. You've got these cutouts here, and I find that they fit that knuckle for your finger just perfectly. The lockup itself is, I mean, Chris Reeve knives, especially the Sebenza, are known for a bank vault lockup. Like, there is zero play in any direction, and it's just, you can just feel it when it locks open, that it is rock solid. You can hear that click. It's just a very solid, like, you know that it's locked. All of the attention to detail. It's got the embossed Chris Reeve logo on that side, Idaho made on this side. A lot of people don't like that Idaho made. I'm pretty indifferent. I guess if I had the choice, I wouldn't have it there. But I mean, he's proud of where he lives, so if he wants to put it on his knives, that's fine by me. Now, the interesting part is you cannot change the centering by the pivot screw. It's just kind of the way that the knife is designed. When you take the knife down or take it apart and put it back together again, you actually crank this down pretty much as tight as you can go. And that's just the way that it's designed. Obviously, with the tolerances like the way that it is right here, you can see there's, you know, really not a lot of play wiggle room there. So it's designed to be very, very high tolerances and to be not adjustable. It's just designed that way. I found that this is one of the few knives that I don't like to use oil on. I actually use a grease. It's a fluorinated grease. Chris Reeve sells it. You can also get it at like automotive shops and whatnot. But just like a really high quality grease lubricant, and your action will be ultra smooth. Overall, this knife is absolutely fantastic. A lot of people, there's a lot of talk about, you know, is this worth the money, which we should probably talk about. This knife goes for, I think, around $410. And that's a lot of money for a pocket knife. And, you know, there's a lot of people saying, you know, is this worth the money? And that is a really tough question. You know, how do you define value? Some people would value a lock of Justin Bieber's hair, for example, in the thousands of dollars. You know, value is very, very subjective. Like a Ferrari, is a Ferrari worth, you know, $500,000? Well, to some people it is. If you can afford it, maybe it is. the bottom line is that there's really no compromising with a knife like this. This is a overall fantastic knife. There's, you know, very little bad that you can say about it. This is an heirloom. This will be handed down through my kids and probably their kids. It will last forever. It's rock solid. And you know, if it's affordable to you, then it probably is. It probably is worth that money. Obviously, some people can't afford to spend $400 on a pocket knife, and that just is what it is. If you can afford to spend $400 on a pocket knife, I would certainly recommend this knife. This is you know, this is the knife by which all other knives are judged. It's just an overall excellent knife, and I'd highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you soon.